and we're live after 2 months of a hiatus, or probably 3 months now. I really don't fucking remember. No, I did one during Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, it was a while ago. Okay, well, nah, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Welcome everybody. Hey, hey, Shinigami here. It's been a minute since I did this. Been a minute. Been a minute. We are dressed fully for the late Halloween attire that is pre-recorded. This is actually Halloween. You guys are all just watching this from the future somehow, even though we know future news like Peanut the Squirrel. Yep. So, what do we have here today to talk about? Since the weeks have been crazy, definitely a lot of stuff happening. There was even the fuck it, we'll go. No, we don't need to go full screen yet. There was the chick that you had, um, playing the Green Witch from the Wizard of Oz musical play, Wicked. You got her being offended, saying that this was highly offensive, disrespectful, that you would ruin or take away what makes me me. Um, right, and then she got asked this in a more recent interview, I think like a day or so ago, and she was just like, I wasn't offended. I was not offended, and like tried to just completely backwalk all the shit that she was saying previously, which we know now is a fucking lie. But damage control. No, I didn't hate it. I didn't have any negative response to it. It's not like I went fucking blitzkrieg on it, saying that this reminded me of you know Vietnam flashbacks, right? Because that was the image that she posted, kind of making fun of the whole thing. Which, if you're gonna make a meme about the meme, or not even, it was just a fan art. It's ridiculous. So again, we have no shortage of news and topics to go over this week, and also I was gonna go more in depth with what was going on with Twitch, but other people have covered it much better than me. So instead, we're gonna talk about Mr. Peanut the Squirrel. Excuse me. Yeah. So you can see in this, the little boy is just a joy. Person comes home from work. Squirrel's like, hey yo, I want to chill with you. He's very famous for eating waffles, and yeah, just they even set up like a whole fundraiser and fund to help out animals that have gone through traumatic experiences where they need to be rehabilitated. So it's like, it's not like they were just doing this for like the clicks or anything. Like, they actually set up a foundation to help out other wildlife animals that are caught in bad situations where they're orphaned or are injured and can't return back to the wild. As it is, Mike over here already tried to reintroduce Peanut back into the wildlife, but it just kept coming back. Didn't want to leave his side, so he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna adopt the little guy." And just a little while ago, so probably like a few months of this year, they had another animal that they were rehabilitating, which was a raccoon named Fred. And he's not getting as much attention as Peanut, but obviously because they had Peanut for 7 years and they only had this little baby raccoon for a few months. So obviously the media hype and influence that he has on like TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff like that, you don't see it. Main focus is Peanut because he is the main animal that's kind of like their little mascot sponsor um, type thing. And for them to basically, yeah, we got back down. Let's see, where did I have it last? Yeah, so this was Fred. So as you could tell, he is still a baby raccoon. He's not full grown. And yet, New York decided, you know, we got a complaint, or multiple complaints, as they were saying, that you were housing a animal that could possibly have rabies. And the unfortunate thing is you can't check for rabies unless the animal's dead. But then again, they didn't really care. They didn't need any um they didn't even need a warrant to be able to go into this man's house. They basically took him into custody, had him they questioned him quite a bit at the station, and while he was at the station, they decided we're going to raid your house. We're going to take your squirrel and the raccoon, and because obviously the fucking animals are just like, who the fuck are these people? You're putting me in a, anxious spot. The raccoon did bite one of the police officers, which, good for the fucking squirrel. But, these people are like, oh, see, he's wild. He's mad. And it's just like, you antagonized a fucking little rodent. Why would it not be scared? If a fucking hamster and a gerbil are gonna bite their owner, and these are their owners or whatever you want to call, like, it happens to a bunch of other smaller rodents. Why would a squirrel, which you're hyping up and getting all freaked out, why would it not bite someone, right? And as I was already saying, the dude had the squirrel for over 7 years. If it had rabies, it would have already died, but it didn't. Just goes to show that, and he wasn't putting the squirrel out into like other dangerous environments where he could contract rabies, and even in the most extreme cases where you can contract rabies not through an actual bite but through like the air, only really happens in fucking caves because of the humidity and stuff. But the overreach, we have, and I did posted quite a bit of like different people saying what they said, but you have the them not. So this was the lady that basically fucking called in and made so many complaints about Peanut, this influencer, if you will, daughter of the King Mom 1 in 4 international photographer. That's what I got. And the the thing that is pretty crazy about this is that they had the ability to, stop other more serious crimes, and I wouldn't be able to show it because it's a naked dude running around. But there was a video I came across literally just a while ago where in New York City, on one of the many crosswalks that people have to cross, um, you had a naked man with some kind of stick and possibly something else sharp at the end of it, chasing people, not in like a very fast action, but he was trotting along and just chasing people with a fucking stick. And why would anybody not be like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? This dude over here is chasing me with a stick and he's buck ass naked. That's gonna worry a lot of people. But yet, not getting arrested, no random person just beating the shit out of him to be like, dude, this is fucking gross, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing that crap. But no, nobody's stopping him. Nobody's stopping the lunatic running around with his fucking with no clothes on, dick hanging out, swinging around, and fucking trying to smack people with a stick. Like, this is New York City, right? They are more concerned about a pet squirrel that can possibly infect people and give them rabies. Um, Meanwhile, convicted felons, murderers, rapists, and other things like that are just re released in New York City. Obviously, two different departments. One is the Wildlife Conservation Department, the other one is like homicide and other shit like that, right? But who's in charge of New York City? Who's in charge of going after this type of shit, right? Because there seem to have been so many riots and events that happened that caused a lot more harm to public property, people that got stomped, stampede, um, injured from the big crowds that they had a few years ago, right? But no, kill a fucking squirrel. That's the real issue that we got going on here. A little creature that was just spreading joy and happiness to many people. But instead, you thought, hey, we gotta euthanize the little fucker so that we can tell if it had rabies or not. Huh, guess what? It didn't have rabies, so that was all for naught, and now you killed two innocent lives. Yeah, yeah, they're not human lives, they're not dogs, they're not cats, they're not horses or whatever, but it still was an animal that someone cared about. Was basically the mascot for their foundation of wildlife orphans and injured animals. Um, and also they were in the process of rehabilitating a raccoon, which they were gonna re-release shortly because he was starting to become healthy again and able and become an able body. But no, guess what? They're both dead because of New York's incompetence. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Let's see. I know they had made an
We are
apology.
going to continue to fight this battle. Again, we're not doing this to ask and plead and beg for money. That's not what this is about. We have a lot at stake here with our nonprofit and not finding the funding that we need to continue to help animals. So that's why we plead our case. Again, a lot of this fell on the back of a squirrel who is no longer with us because the government decided it was more important to take a fucking squirrel and a raccoon away from a very good family and a very good environment. Guys, we can't go further into our legal action, talking just yet, but just know that we are moving forward in that process. We have a group of well-versed people putting together a very, very nice civil case at the moment. There is a lot of moving pieces in this puzzle. There is a lot of questions that need to be asked. Like I said before, in this raid, there should have been nobody asking my wife her immigration status. There is no reason to ask for cameras in the house. You came here for a squirrel and a raccoon and you raided my house for 5 hours. So you need to explain to us why that happened. And so there are a lot of unanswered questions that we want answers to. And if we don't get those answers, somebody better answer the bell when it comes time. This is not going to stop here. We're not going to allow this state to get away with it. And again, we are not politically affiliated with anybody. So for anybody to think that we're taking a side here, we are not. We are taking the side of the animals that we lost on this tragic day. We're taking the side of the animals that we continue to rescue and continue to help the ones that we have at our sanctuary. And that's what I want everybody to understand. This is about animals and the unkind demise of two animals that did nothing but bring joy to this world. And we took their lives for what? We spent many, many dollars coming up with this investigation. The DEC officers came from Albany, which is 2 hours away. The state planned this. The state signed off on this. Multiple people in our government in the New York state signed off. They signed a death warrant for my two animals. And that's why we are sitting here today.
Okay. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, so as they already explained, they're gonna seek legal action and pursue this as far as they can. Because, I mean, it's dog shit. It's pretty stupid that this all happened because of a squirrel and the kind of planning that took place just to take these two animals away from the man. And like I said, they got a sanctuary running, but it's just the overreach by the government just shows you, hey, this is like a small thing they're willing to, you know, overstep quite a bit on. Um, well, hopefully, a lot of New Yorkers voted and chose to change these people in office. Who knows? Who really knows? Until like Thursday, I guess, or Wednesday, whenever we find out the results. But yeah, Harambe is taking care of Fred and Peanut. Unfortunate as it may be that he has to even be the one to, watch over them, but the people, Harambe, well, because it's unfortunate that they died. It's unfortunate that these innocent animals got killed, euthanized, because the adults, the humans, were just like, they're a danger. Kill them. And it's just like, really? And I found out, apparently, back in 2002, Harambe, his mother, and his brother actually passed away because of chlorine exposure. So one of the zookeepers forgot to store some of these chlorine tablets, and it was left by a heater. Ended up, turning into gas, and it killed two of his family members. And since then, Harambe was only seeking isolation. It's just like, to just throw salt in the wound on how much more fucked up it was for Harambe. Like, he was still dealing with fucking basic PTSD. Yeah, this was just like, these people got no fucking heart and soul just to kill a goddamn animal. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Moving from the sadness. Um, this one I don't have as much information on because it's been kind of scrubbed. But yeah, the whole Twitch debacle, and while I was looking at the whole Twitch situation, fucking Kai ended up getting banned because of a swatting event. Second day of Mafiathon. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. As it is, it's already kind of stupid as like some of the stuff they promote, but and the audience that they kind of group together, right? Like you got a bunch of immature, I don't know if they're adults, but you got a bunch of immature individuals who watch you because you're ballistic, you're hyper, you're crazy, you bring on celebrities and other shit like that. I'm not condoning that he got swatted, so don't even fucking go there. But what I'm saying is the type of people that they attract towards themselves is not the good crowd, right? If you look at Jordan B. Peterson, the type of people that he is um, getting to view his stuff isn't it's not it's not hood gangster motherfuckers. You're not seeing country people maybe, but like the extremes of groups, you're not seeing them flock to like Jordan Peterson. You're not seeing them flock to like Ben Shapiro and stuff like that. But yet, the people that are belligerent that usually have these younger demographics because of how wild and ludicrous they can be with their behavior. Um, yeah, I'm not surprised that one of your followers, one of your supporters, fucking swatted you because, well, for one, you not just you, but like Kai, what's Aisha Speed, and what is the other one? I was gonna say Neo, but it's not it. Uh, there's another one of these fuckers that always does. crazy streams. They'll have maybe a celebrity or they just act belligerent in public. And again, I'm not surprised with the people that these content creators attract because you're basically putting a light to a fucking moth, right? They're gonna be attracted to that shit. Now, what they ended up saying, is obviously, it's in place on Twitch. Is no room for racism, hatred, and harassment, which kind of funny when you've been letting all those Palestine people talk shit about Israel or whatever and say death to Jews or whatever. But yeah, so Dan, I don't believe you for one fucking second. Also, he got community noted because of his actively using multiple porn websites and even favoriting one of his favorite employees, Mia Malkova. Jeez, I can't fucking say that name for shit. Mia Malkova. Yeah. And again, these are the people. So again, this is a whole Twitch fucking section category fucking bit I'm trying to talk about, but this goes multi-layered, right? So not only do you have the whole Zionist fucking part where you you had I think it was the U.S. That was the FBI or one of these three-letter agencies that said they're going to be investigating Twitch because of basically shit that Hassan had says because they want to kill senators and calling Jewish people inbred pigs. Yeah, maybe not the best look for Twitch. And then whatchamacallit. Obviously you got stuff like with Kai Cenat popping off and doesn't help the situation anymore. And then the double standard when it comes to VTubers where they're perfectly fine with allowing regular or just not really regular, but just females to show their, basically their breasts and their figure and all this other shit while having minimal clothing, right? And it shows because someone like this, she's just in a bikini, unbanned, unaffected. But this other VTuber, which some other people have been trying to point at, of like, oh well, there's this little part right here where you can see the hips, and when she dances or shakes, it's very provocative. And it's like, oh, but the fucking women that literally have their full body being exposed, it's not a cartoon, it's not an animation, it's not a fucking 3D model or some shit. It's their actual selves, basically softcore porn. Me oh my. I'm sorry, you can't talk about the porn. All the guys that hear that, oh, they're trying to take our porn away. No, there's websites for that. There's places you can visit that allow you to fucking watch porn in abundance. You don't even need to make an account. You just go on there, boom, it's free. So why go to Twitch, a website that was originally and mainly focused on gameplay streams, right? Then it moved on to just chatting and then the hot tub streams and then blah blah blah. But how come the person on the left is okay, but the person on the right is no, even though they're much more moderately covered than the fucking person on the left? And as I was saying here, some VTubers passing around that Twitch image about body coverage, going, yeah, she showed hip for 5 seconds, she deserves the ban. And again, just crazy on what people think. I don't get why VTubers love to sabotage their own Twitch channels, which is like, okay, but how come the IRL streamers that are physically looking like the VTuber are not banned? That's a big double standard where you're saying, oh, the cartoon characters, that's too sexy, that's too much for me, I can't have that on my website. But the IRL girls, leave that alone. That's fine. It's just like, where is your fucking logic there? I legit think they're just they aren't used to not having privilege. It's sad because anyone outside looking in will just think VTubers want to break the rules, and we keep trying to drag cam streamers into this when they are legit their own thing. Man, see, and they're even pointing it out, but it's just like they have to point out the hypocrisy somehow, right? Where they're just like, look, this is what they're saying, got me banned because this was shown for more than 5 seconds. And then there's been other cases where some male streamers, this has only happened to male streamers, where they get banned sometimes indefinitely over a month, stuff like that, because they had another tab and they accidentally opened it real quick. Oh shit, it's a porn tab, and then closed it real quick, right? Like minimum 3 seconds. Does that deserve to be a lifetime ban? I would have to say no. But yet the female streamers that have nip slips, their cooch shows, uh-oh, 7-day ban. See you in 7 days. At most, we've seen some of these people is only 30 days, right? Like, it's fucking wild that that's what they decide to go after people for Twitch on. Um, yeah, that's all I can really fucking think to say, because as it goes on, the hypocrisy for Twitch just kind of grows and grows and gets bigger. Can't avoid it. You start realizing, well, they've been doing it for so long, and when they're banning people like Destiny and Asmongold, maybe I don't agree with everything they say, especially not Destiny, but they should still be able to have a platform. The reason why it's important to have free speech is because you still got to be able to hear all the bad ideas that go along with it. Because then you can point out to those bad ideas and be like, oh shit, that person has a horrible idea. Let's not fucking go with that. Right? But if you have it censored, you don't ever know what the other person is thinking, then when this idea comes up sporadically and then starts taking hold and you're not able to dismantle it, you're not able to, it becomes a movement, well, then you're fucked. Because, yeah, and oh my god. Well, I would love to, but it's up to you if I can go get some. Um, but yeah, it's ridiculous that the point that we've gotten to. Now I really want some chicken nuggets. Fucking hell. No, I'm not smelling it too. I'll see. How accurate am I for Naruto? Okay, well, besides the blonde hair, I know I'm not blonde, but I probably could have done a Sasuke one. I could have. He does not have pink. He's got peach. No, 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 no. The sun got you, baby. Mm. All right, so continuing on. Last bit we're going to talk about tonight before we end off our short little show. Because again, we're still getting used to it, getting back into things. Yeah, getting back into things. So we have ourselves here, Tosh. What was that? Did you say his name was Tosh? Her? It? That thing? Tav? No, it wasn't Tav. That's fucking Baldur's Gate. A Tarsh? Some shit like that. Oh. Okay, anyways. So this character, I'll be as genuinely nice as I can without trying to be offensive. Ugh. So, someone was trying to say that this person was. How do I fucking explain? Just fucking. Let's just go with the clips, okay? Because it's fucking ridiculous. So, if you didn't know, Dragon Age, this is what the Kunari used to look like. They basically look like, if you ever played World of Warcraft, they kind of look like Draenei a little bit, but dark skin, dots, horns. The men kind of look like barbarians or Vikings. Tosh. Okay. Okay, so Tosh. And then you got the females, which look like this. Still pretty bulky, pretty big, but they still look feminine. They look like a female bodybuilder. So now we go back to this character that we saw here. And what does that look like to you? Does that look like a man or a woman? Yeah, look, I got a picture of it. See? Like, they used to be badass. They used to look good. Yeah. Not like, yeah, they look alienish a little bit. Yeah. And that's the thing that always gets to me when these modern companies, modern gaming industries decide to pivot so drastically. So, we have ourselves this character which now looks nothing like the Drenari as they used to, right? And then we get lectured in game for, well, not. It's just so stupid.
Pounding that snake's nose. She's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties. I was so proud. Oh,
Me too.
shit. They're still holding it.
Look, and when you see that fucking thing, because I'm gonna be I'm just gonna be fucking offensive. I guess I don't give a shit. When you see that, does it not look like a man? Broad shoulders, the fucking. You can tell one character has fucking boobs, the other one does not. And that's taking account the fucking armor. They still make armor that fucking has breastplates for women, right? So they could have designed something like that to make it look more like a woman. But no, this thing is non-binary. It's a fucking middle being that has no gender really. It can be whatever the fuck it wants to be. Okay. Well, let's just keep on going because that's not how the character used to look.
Sorry.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tarsh's back.
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
This is going to be kind of long-winded, so bear with me. There's a reason that people get annoyed with the virtue signaling and the progressiveness that gets put into every piece of entertainment, like video games, TV shows, movies.
The only reason I like to get other people's input is so that way when other people watch it, they're not just assuming, oh, this person is just living in this little bubble and whatever. It's like, no, look, here's other people that are black, that don't look white, that have a differing opinion than you, because that always seems to be a point of contention. Well, you're a white dude. You're a this and that. So you shouldn't be able to criticize it. Okay, well, let me bring someone else. Let me have someone else, a different skin color, a different ethnicity, show you that, hey, look, they also don't jive with this fucking thing, It's my only reason.
And things like that. You don't know how to be fucking subtle, okay? Imagine this, okay? Imagine you as a progressive person. You play a video game, and the entire time they're preaching to you about how you should love Jesus and how you should take God into your heart and how you should love your family and all these other kind of things that you don't care about. Would you not be annoyed that you're being pulled out of a video game because somebody wants to interject their personal biases and social political views into it and beat you over the head with it? The same applies for these video games. I was going to go on a rant and start, cussing and doing all the regular stuff that I usually do. But I looked at that and I'm just like, this is so sad. You people are so hollow and so shallow and so conscious about yourself that you don't even know who you are, that you need to be validated at every single opportunity.
See if we got the clip himself. No, he doesn't have the rest of it. Let me get the rest of that fucking clip though, because that shit is bonkers. You have to pop it up in another one. I didn't spell that right, but you can fucking lector.
Nose. She's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties. I was so proud. Oh, shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barb.
Oh, okay. A barb?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So, when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right.
Let me just tell you how fucking ridiculous that is, right? If you offend someone, and also they also point out here in this little fucking lecture, you can't. Yeah, and let's say you have no time to waste. No.
They only do it like that because there's not always
Oh, right. Right. So yeah, as my girlfriend's telling me, they only do this barv because they don't have that much time, and they're trying to be quick about it and all this other stuff. And it's quicker to just be like, all right, let me do 10 push-ups, and then that way that I'm serious about my apology, right? Well then, why can't you just apologize? No, 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 no. That sometimes people just say things just to say things, right? Oh, yeah, sorry. All right. Just
Thing above. Oh, there we go.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tarsh's back.
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barv, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them. Oh, I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose.
And again, isn't that what this little fucking lecture is about? Making it about themselves? Oh, you guys don't understand. I have to fucking lecture you. I have to sit you down like a 5-year-old and show you why what you're doing as an adult is just wrong. What you're doing as a society is wrong. You don't know better. I know better. So let me teach you the right way. Because you're being very disrespectful. It's like, okay, bitch.
They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
Oh, okay, yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barv puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess, they fix it, done.
I don't know either. Hey, I called you a let me do some 10 push-ups to just make it better. I'm still offended. You called me a okay, I'm sorry. Like the person would be offended, right? Like I would think if you start calling someone names and you don't kind of come to a civil agreement, talk it out, literally talk it out, not do a fucking barv, because then the other person's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to talk to you. You over here talking shit about me, and you're over here doing push-ups. Oh yeah, that it would get awkward by saying sorry. It was just like, I think it's more awkward that you just called me a fucking offensive name or whatever, and then now you're doing, or you offended me, and then you just went and fucking did push-ups. Yeah, let me just stop, drop, do some push-ups and shit, and it's just like, and then walk away. Now they understand, guys. It's a barf. Okay, it's a barf. I sweated. They understood that I was sorry. It's like, what? What the fuck is this logic? Like, you people really got to be delusional. And that's not even the end of it. We got more shit like this.
Vegetables. Thank you. So, I'm non-binary. What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
This is because I have criticized your dress or your manners.
It isn't.
And you can even see in the fucking design, that one is clearly modeled like a woman. That one is clearly modeled like a man. They just put a face of a woman on it, or tried to. And trying to make this whole thing, well, the one that is quote unquote normal is asking, why do you do that? You're not this and that, blah, 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 and questioning them, whatever. And it's like, yeah, because it is fucking weird. And trying to put it into a video game to try and it's even more desperate to be like, guys, look, this is normal. This is normal that you refer to me as they, them, even though it's a fucking pronoun, not singular. Like, they're so desperate. And then if it wasn't already obvious enough, right? You had failures like Dustborn. You had failures. What was it? Concord. What was the other one that you guys had also failed this year? You had a lot of failures this year, all because you pushed for the modern audience. You're trying to push for this whole diversity bullshit. Like the kids want to somehow join you in that, which they really don't. We got to be more accepting, guys. We got to accept all the theys, thems, and there's no more boys and girls. Make the girls look like men. There's a reason why First Descendant and Stellar Blade was getting so much flack because they had attractive women, and then people saying that's unrealistic. It's based off an actual model, bitch. How is that unrealistic? And then when you got games like Black Myth Wukong that are doing better than the other games that were stated, oh, these people are just homophobic and bigoted. They don't want to enjoy the art, the good art. Meanwhile, they're more than willing to play a fucking single player game that goes into the lore of the Journey Within, or Journey to the West, and goes into Wukong and a bunch of other characters that are very influential in Chinese culture. No, that's not diverse at all. Oh, I forgot. You guys want to be a black samurai in feudal Japan. Right. You want to be a black samurai in a region where there was no known black samurai. In a time period where the person that was known for that, he was only a retainer, a servant, if you will. And then when the information came out that all the sources that these people were using to try and vilify all the other people that were saying he was never an actual samurai, guess who it came from? A white dude who made up the fucking story and then used his own book as a source to be like, see, you people are wrong. He was a samurai. Who was the source? Oh, me? Oh, okay, well, guys, that's it. Case closed. You all are fucking racist, right? It's like, no, you made up fucking bullshit. And there's a reason why even in Japan, you didn't unveil. There's so much shit. Yeah, they canceled the Japanese, it was like a award game show. The pre-orders. They canceled the early access. They canceled the pre-order bonus, which was a little statue. These fucking idiots thought it was a bright idea to have their black samurai, their konoichi, the konoichi standing on top of the very famous Torii Gate, which withstood the blast from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and it's a monument, but it's also a memorial for the event that took place. It's not a happy-go-lucky thing like, oh my god, guys, look at this Torii Gate. It's damaged because of us. Yeah, let's promote it and put it as a pre-order bonus action figure, little statue background thing. Like, and you didn't think these people would get offended, right? Like, it just blows my mind the level of nonsense that takes place within these AAA game studios, where I kind of wish we had some more of like what Larian does and a lot of these other games, that they can be diverse. They can be, yeah, they could be inclusive. And like, took me a minute to fucking scroll up, but shit, I was down. My bad. They have all the body types that you would want to go for. And if you really want to go for some crazy shit, well, there's mods for that. But like, you would never get these types of designs right now because they're all too feminine. It's objectifying women. God forbid a woman looks beautiful. God forbid a woman has a pretty face or has an actual body that matches them, right? I get it. There are some Baba Yaga women that, look a little bit bigger on the top. There's a little Mexican term called tortas, right? No, you're not a torta. You got Mexican top heavy women, scrawny legs, right? That would be the fucking push for modern audience. Not this, right? And even then, look, you do have your more masculine, more muscular character, right? You have your very feminine, slender build with what was her name? God, I'm fucking not Carlac. What's her name? Middle one, middle Shadowheart. There you go. I was just like, man, not too many names. I can't even remember them. I go Lizelle. Okay, so it's Lizelle, Minthara, Lizelle, Shadowheart, Carlac, and Mizura. Okay, many fucking names. Sorry. Yeah, my girlfriend knows, so I'm in the clear, guys. uh, yeah, and then this was like another clip that people were getting upset at Asmongold for.
Should I do it? I mean, every single option makes me transgender. There's no option not to be transgender. It says makes me trans. This one does, and this one. I don't know why I have to be trans, guys.
So again, it's funny when someone's just trying to live their life normally or whatever, and aren't really trying to follow down that pathway. Then you have companies and games that will literally force you down that route. Oh, you don't like that kind of stuff because it goes against your beliefs, or you just don't really jive with it, right? It's not really in your, I don't even say skill set, it's just not in your niche. When you don't like it and you show disdain for it, then you have people like this saying, oh, this is the mental process of a child who's just been molested. It's like, what? How the fuck does equating I don't want to play as a trans character equate to yes. Yes.
You're making fun of
Yes. That's what I find just like you may not like Asmongold for like him living like a pig and all this other shit. You're making fun of a molested. Yes. You're like the fucking dude is making fun. Mr. Howling Mutant is making fun of a child being molested all because he disagrees with Asmongold. It's like if they come to like a commonality of like this is wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like molestation. Yeah. Yeah. Being a child. Yeah. It's still fucked up that you have like that in your head. We're fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Individual. Yeah. But no, God forbid. I probably was it the blue ones? The other ones? I don't know. I don't know. Hold up. Let me put this in BRB mode. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm being a bitch. My girlfriend approves. But yeah, like it ridiculous. I could have had a lot more stuff to go over this week, but I think we'll leave it short and sweet with those 3 topics. Peanut should not have died for literally just wanting to live innocent little fucking life. Dragon Age needs to calm the fuck down, and people need to. Well, okay, fine. I guess they can't calm down, but I don't think it's not. It won't. It won't do that. So yeah, and then people like this, Mr. Howling Mutant. I hope you never have to deal with someone molesting your child, and then I guess this is how they act because they were molested, huh? That's pretty fucked up, dude. And then we'll never get back to this. We're always gonna have Western games looking like hold up, back up. Looking like this fucker. Right? This is your beauty standard, guides. If you don't like women and you don't like this, you're not a man. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm saying because they're saying this. Oh, they're even saying non-binary. Fuck me. Damn. See, I'm getting caught in myself here. Shit. Whatever. If you don't like this, you don't like women, even though they've already said this is not a woman, right? It don't make fucking sense. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. R.I.P. to Fred. R.I.P. to Peanut. Euthanized by the fucking New York government. And then, man, we really need this guy to come back. Here's the guy that was singing basically like how hard it is to live in America again, and like it popped off earlier this year, and he's an indie. He's basically like an indie artist, whatever. And then, lastly but not least, I was gonna go over the Diddy stuff, but I think everybody knows about the Diddy stuff, so we're just gonna look at this real quick. Look, anybody you like here, on here? Leo. Yep. Madonna. Oprah. Beyonce. Hey, Beyonce, weren't you endorsing Kamala just a little while ago? Ben Stiller. Ooh, that one hurts a bit, but Ben, that's no 10. That's no 10. Taylor Swift. Ooh, another one. Highly endorsed by Kamala and Tim Walz. Jay-Z, obviously, these 2 motherfuckers highly implicated for the death of Biggie and Tupac. We'll never shut up about that because it is obvious as fuck. Even Suge Knight is kind of leaning towards that angle of being like, I was only hired, but the people behind me, yeah, they was pulling the trigger. Sorry, metaphorically speaking. Apparently, sorry. Allegedly, that's the word. Allegedly. I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence, Ellen DeGenerate, the degenerate. Martha Stewart, honestly, I could Martha kind of hurts a little bit because she is a gangster, but you done a deed with the devil, and you possibly diddled Diddy, goddamn, whatever the fucking term is. Yeah, he diddled with the diddler. There you go. Cardi B. Well, this little picture makes more sense for why she was just like.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
Yeah, her teleprompter turned off, so she had to be like, "Sorry, guys, I can't tell you anything about the person I'm endorsing, so you're gonna have to wait for me." Meanwhile, here's everybody I've been implicated with. Oh yeah, the Diddy parties, they're fucking wild. All that baby oil. Must be fun. Must be fucking awesome. But yeah, that is we'll end off with this picture. Beautiful picture of Harambe and Peanut. But yeah. Oh, you know what? No, fuck it. We can go one more deep. Oops, wrong deep. Gotta show y'all some memes before I go off. Gotta end it off on a high note. Or a happy note. I don't know. One of the fucking 2. Alright, so let's look at this one.
I love you, Sonic.
Love you too.
More than this physical copy of Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast?
Know your limits.
And you don't seem to understand.
I fucking love these memes. Here's another one. I don't think this will get copyrighted.
Cat. Hey, Tails! It's the cat that goes.
Sonic? I don't think this is the cat that goes.
Oh yeah. What was the last thing I had? Oh yeah, some pictures from the event. This was from the Nerdrotic meetup. I was gonna talk about it, but really, what is there to talk about? It already happened. It's not like I can do anything about it. So, plus it was last week. Yeah, it was last week, so it wasn't even this week. But a few pics from the event was pretty cool. Got some free merch from Krista. Whatchamacallit. I got to see Ryan. Got to see Nerdrotic. Got to see Jeremy with the MAGA sweater. I know he was fucking sweating in that bitch. You got Quarter Black Garrett. Beardo, which again, all these motherfuckers were way taller than me. And I'm so envious of it. Like, fuck, everybody was 6 foot. Not fair. Not fair for me. Yeah, it was a pretty cool event. I was really happy that it was free. And maybe next year we'll do something a little better. Could do more stuff. But yeah, that was the event. That was how everything went. Yeah. Oops. Back here. For now, that is A Shinigami signing out. Hopefully you all have a good evening, good night, and good morning. Hope the show was at least a little bit informative, if not a little.